Next Lieutenant Governor Jason Plummer, ladies and gentlemen. I always have that problem. No, I appreciate everybody come out. It looks like a great crowd, and I just want to tell you, I crisscrossed the state with Bill Brady and the other statewide candidates, and the number one question I always get, why do you want to run for lieutenant governor? And I lay it out there pretty simple. I tell folks, if you look at the performance of the state of Illinois, and you compare that to what we have in the state, I think we're as blessed as any state in the union. But you look at our coal reserves, you look at our agricultural soil, you look at the colleges and universities that are sprinkled around the state, you look at our geographic location with our road and our rail and our river right-of-way, we should be a job creation machine. We should be the economic hub of the country. Instead of that, we're the bottom three of every economic and job creation measure to stick out there. If it's not a lack of human talent, if it's not a lack of assets, if it's not a lack of resources, it's clearly a lack of policy leadership in Springfield, Illinois. That's what Senator Brady and I need to change. Now, how did we get to this position? I think you all remember our celebrity apprentice governor. And if you look at the way did he run this state on behalf of you all? Who did he run that state on behalf of? That's right. And then Pat Quinn came into office, and we were all rooting for Pat Quinn because he had the opportunity to clean up the state. Did Pat Quinn restrain spending? No. Did Pat Quinn clean up the ethics? No. I'll tell you what Pat Quinn did. He surrendered to the Springfield aristocracy. Now let me tell you, what do I mean by Springfield aristocracy? Here's what I mean. The Democrats have controlled the governor's mansion since 2003. They've controlled the state senate for a long time. The Speaker of the House, Mike Madigan, has been Speaker of the House for 28 of the last 30 years. And he's been in the House of Representatives for 40 years. Folks, in the private sector, after 40 years, you get a gold watch and you're sent on your way, right? Yeah. I think we tried to get him the gold watch, but because of his spending, Rob Boyer's spending, and Pat Quinn's spending, the state of Illinois just can't afford the darn gold watch. Folks, if we're going to clean up this state, it doesn't just start with one race. What has happened is, I'm from Southern Illinois, and I could go down to Southern Illinois, and I could beat up on Chicago. It would be easy to do, right? But it's wrong. Because Chicago is one of those wonderful assets that we have in the state. Unfortunately, that wonderful asset has suffered under poor leadership. And that Cook County-style politics has been exported to Springfield, Illinois. And I think for the last decade, we've seen what's happened to Springfield, Illinois. And for the last 2 years, I think the whole world has seen what Cook County-style politics has done to Washington, D.C. If we're going to clean up this country, if we're going to clean up this state, if we're going to clean up our counties and our local municipalities, folks, it's not one race. We've got to send folks like Randy Holprin to Washington, D.C. We've got to send folks like Mark Turk to Washington, D.C. and take back Peter Fitzgerald's old Senate seat. Folks, we need to send Bill Brady to Springfield, Illinois with the rest of the Republican ticket and clean up Springfield, Illinois. Now here's the important part. Mark Kirk and Randy Holford and Bill Brady and Robert Enriquez-Dan and Drew Park, Steve Kim, the whole slate, we're going to work hard. All these folks up here, they're working really, really hard. But that's not going to win it. I look at you all not like 400 or 500 folks that are going to go vote on November 2nd. You are 400 or 500 folks, and for the next 4 weeks, you're going to go to Friday night football games, you're going to go to work, you're going to be in your neighborhood, you're going to be at church, and you have to communicate how important this election is each and every day. And when you guys show up on November 2nd, I don't want you to be 400 people casting votes. I want you to be 4,000 people who've talked to 10 people each, and delivered a huge change and a huge mandate from Bill Brady to clean up Springfield, Illinois. Thank you.